So in this video, I will be demonstrating how an instructor can invite guardians to join Google Classroom, how to change the settings of a class to share guardian summaries, and how to email parents once you have added their emails. The first thing I want to note is that we're using an old class of mine. It has not been fully converted over to the new and revised version of Google Classroom. It just has the stream and the people. It does not have the about, but the classroom tab, but you can still follow these same instructions with the new version. So I'm going to go to first people. And you'll notice in the People tab, I have a list of all the teachers as well as all the students. Some of my students have parent emails next to them. That's because they've been invited by other teachers to join Google Classroom, and they've accepted that invitation, whereas most of my students have not had that invitation sent to the guardians. I'm going to pretend to send one to Ashlyn. This class is over, so I don't want to send one now. It would confuse her. But I'm going to click on Invite Guardians. I'm going to type an email address. It does not have to be a Google email address. Anyone will do if they want to receive emails from me or Google Classroom summaries. So I'm just going to send one to myself. And once I've identified the email, I can click Invite. And notice that my email has been added next to Ashlyn's name and the word invited is next to it. In order for me to actually receive the guardian summaries on her behalf, I would have to go to my email and accept the invitation. The next thing I want to show you is how to make sure your settings or your class is set up so that weekly summaries can be sent to the parents. If you go to the settings icon, in the general section under guardian summaries, you'll have a toggle switch. Mine's turned on, which means that guardians can receive the summary. You can turn it off. When it's turned on, or when you're turning it on, you can choose to add all of your classes or remove the check mark and just add this one. I'm going to add all of my classes. And you also might want to take a look at the example of what the summary will look like when the teacher or when the students, parents, and guardians receive it. It lists missing work, work that's upcoming or due soon, and any activity that's happening in any of their classes, not just yours. Once you have made sure that you've turned it on, you can just exit out of class settings. And the last thing that I wanted to show you is how to email guardians. If I want to email all of the guardians that I have an email for, I can simply click Email All Guardians. It will take all of those email addresses, put them into the blind carbon copy section, and you can write an email just like you would in a normal email program, giving a subject and your message, and then click send. I'm not going to send it just because I don't want these parents to be confused by getting an email at this late date. You can also send individual emails. Say, for example, I have the emails for Rosemary Elliott. I could actually click on the three dots to the right of their emails, choose Email Guardians, and it would open up an email that is addressed just to her guardians. It does not need to be in the blind carbon copies in this case because it's only going to the guardians of one student. Once again, I'm not going to actually click send. Normally I would type it, click send, but I'm going to delete it. I hope this has been helpful for you and that you find this useful when it comes to communicating with parents.